Hello, my name is Sekhet, and we are in the modded world out here by our automated aura contraption. I'm going to flip it on because the first thing I want to do today is make ourselves an aura trove, which is the next tier up of battery from the aura cache. Just need a little sky metal, which we got in a previous episode. And a fused rock? Where's the rock? Oh, I thought I was going mining. That's right. Let's put our tank away. Now here we go. And this will hold, boy, it just doesn't like that, does it? Let's see. Yeah, it's hard with NBT data sometimes. The auto-crafting and JI and everything. But we got plenty of ore out here to fill this thing up. It holds significantly more than the cache. I think maybe 4 times as much. So that'll be good for healing our items with Nature's Mend on them, like our shikax. Now the next thing I want to do, now that we have a good amount of perks, we might have 1 or 2 more? No, not yet. But we've got a good amount of luck, so I want to hit up another one of these dungeons and, rob the place. Now, a lot of the 5th level got eaten up by a cave and what looks like an Eidolon dungeon, too. Can't win them all. But we've still done pretty well. And probably some loot down here, too, maybe. Find any. It's like at the worst possible angle. Oh, here we go. Okay, so even with one thing and another, the dungeon wasn't as big as it could have been. We got a lot of good stuff, including a new spell stone. Just passive, it'll give us 4 armor, a bunch of melee and knockback resistance. We'll be vulnerable to magic, but we're going to trade out our blazing core. Save that for when we go to the nether. Oh, I just did the exact opposite of what I was trying to do. We're going to go to the nether soon. Actually, we'll leave the blazing core there for now. We also got a basic belt from Eidolon, which we'll be able to upgrade into a gravity belt. But just by itself, it gives us a little bit of a damage reduction. And I think we have a second belt slot. Yes, we do. Got a bunch of stuff in the dank too, so it was a pretty good run. Now, as we've added different stuff around, the one probe is getting harder and harder to deal with. What we want to do is we want to move it like right to the center, and I would like to turn it down just a little smaller, and I think that'll be okay. Yeah, that's a lot easier to look at. I'm pretty sure I can export that configuration. Now the next thing I want to think about is improved everything. Can we not cut that down? Oh dear, what will we do? I really want to, do we just throw it in an induction? Oh, okay, it's just plain obsidian to do this. That's fine. We need a little hardened glass. We might already have some. It doesn't look like it. So it's not too bad. Looks like just some sand and some quartz in the induction smelter. That might be a problem. I think we only have 2 slots in the induction smelter as it stands. Oh no, we have 3. So we can get a little bit of hardened glass. That's okay. Oh, the point of the exercise is we're making a fluid cell. We're going to need to move around and store some lava. It's gonna be keen. So just like with the RF cell we made before, we're first gonna make a frame. There we go. And then we're gonna need a little bit more rubber. And I think some infused iron. We will need to make a couple more things. Okay, it's a redstone servo, and I think, where's the hardened glass? Oh, I put it all away. Fool. Let's see, where is it? I don't know. All right, one fluid cell. We're gonna pop it down right over here. Right now it's got nothing in it. It's fine. It holds 32 buckets. We'll be able to upgrade it. Now the next thing we want to make is a couple of ender tanks. All right. Okay. Just a little bit of wool, obsidian, ender pearls, and cauldrons. Craft these up. Oh, we need 4 more blaze rods. That's okay. Always counts something wrong. Now these work just like ender chests, except they're for fluids. Surprise. We can set these little cloth strips on the top to any of the 16 colors. And you can mix and match them. They don't have to be all the same color. But any tank with the same color pattern up top will share an inventory with all of the other ones. We're going to pop it, this one anyway, we're going to pop right up here. And we're going to get pipe. We got the same kind of configuration deal. We're going to set this to allow it to connect. Right. We got our pipe wrench. Cool. So what are we going to transmit over distance into that tank? It's lava. Now we're going to be far away. And we're going to want our base here to be loaded. So we're going to make a chunk loader from chicken chunks. And I have not used one of these in a long time. We're going to keep the recipe cheap in case you want to do chunk loading early. Excuse me, I have a heck of a frog in my throat today. I don't know why. We're going to pop it down right here. We're going to show the lasers so we can see. Okay, that's just fine. We can see the area that it's loading. It's the whole house. Very good. What we're going to be doing with the lava is burning it. We're going to turn it into power. And we're going to make 2 of these. So let's make sure we have enough of everything here. Okay, 2 magmatic dynamos. Wonderful. The other thing we're going to want is a ranged pump. These things are pretty cool. We just need a couple of things. Last thing we're going to need is a little bit of lava. And we're going to take some cobble. I'm going to go right down here to lava level. And 1 above it. Go out a few blocks. That's probably fine. And we're going to put our pump down. We're going to craft our pump. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Oh, I don't have a quest for that. I'll have to make one. I'm going to put the pump down right here. Right. And we're going to put a magmatic dynamo. Do I have a... don't. Let's see. Okay, I'm missing a few critical items here. We're gonna run back home real quick. We're gonna want one of these crescent hammers to turn this thing around to the way we want it to face. And we're gonna go ahead and, unless I have another one, we're gonna make another battery from cyclic so that we have some place to store some energy. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to put the battery right down on top of the pump. Set it to export power down. We're going to take some fluid pipes and we're going to connect them to the pump. We're going to set it to extract. And we're going to come back there with them. Now we're going to put the magmatic dynamo down. We're going to flip it around so the small part is facing the battery. Then we're going to put our ender tank right up here. Now we prime this thing. As you can see, this thing's getting some juice. And the pump, although you can't see it, is pumping the lava in at a large range, and I think replacing it with stone. It's pretty cool. We're gonna pop a chunk loader down because I don't think that the what do you call it? Oh, there's some stone. I don't think the ranged pump has its own chunk loading component, at least in this version. I didn't see it in the description, so hello. I'm going to assume it doesn't exist since I didn't cry it out loud, buddy. We're just going to fly away from them. I don't want to deal. Oh, they're so annoying. Now what we have here is the ender tank pumping lava at a pretty good rate into the fluid cell. Except now it's stopped. Gonna be some kind of... Oh no, it looked like it did a little more. Did it? I'll give it a second. Yeah, it definitely... It does it a little bit at a time, like about almost 2 buckets worth. So we're gonna put a fluid pipe here. We're gonna set this side to orange so it exports. You can see this connects now. And I'm gonna put down our magmatic dynamo, set the pipe to extract, and we are now producing power from lava. It's excellent. Now one of those on its own will produce 40 RF a tick. We can upgrade them a number of ways. I think they take integral components. I can honestly never remember. Yeah, okay. So now its max production is 80 a tick. It holds more lava, holds more energy. Just a general upgrade. We're going to go ahead and make another redstone flux cell to store all of this energy. And we'll set that to accept. And it's going to charge right up. Now that we got all that set up, we're going to start looking at refined storage. So we'll need a machine casing, we'll need some quartz enriched iron. We got 2 options. Did I not? I swear I made it so that you could use rupee here. Now, it's not intended to replace quartz, but if you want to get into refined storage before you go to the nether, I want to give you the opportunity to do that. So we'll need a machine casing, and we'll need a controller. So 4 more. Oh, we'll need silicon. Aha. Interesting. What could we use in place of quartz for silicon? Well, maybe we'll take out that rupee recipe after all, and just make it so that you have to have gone to the nether to get into refined storage. It's okay. I've never killed one of these things. Oh, it's Bocephus! I killed Bocephus. He gave me nothing. Nothing but his trust, which I betrayed. Just a pig. Anyway, some silicon, we got a machine frame, we're gonna need what else? Quartz enriched iron and an advanced processor. So these are a little bit expensive, but I think we can handle it. I think it's 2 string and a slime. Yeah, that'll give us 8 processor bindings. We're also gonna need a redstone and a diamond. And what else? And silicon, that's it. And we want to cook this up too. Alright, 1 controller. You got 1 controller per system. Anything connected to the controller will be connected to the refined storage system. So, pretty cool. So what? I'm gonna need to go mining. And because we just need some diamonds really badly. Next thing we're gonna want is I don't know why it's showing all of the dyed ones. All of this, it wasn't doing that a second ago. Next thing we're gonna want is a grid. And for this, we're gonna want, we need redstone. We're gonna need a bunch of processors. So we're gonna make 5 raw basic and 2 raw gold. And queue these up to smelt. What else are we gonna need here? To make the crafting grid, which is actually what we're going for, we'll need another advanced processor. And this is a lot of tedious crafting at the beginning, but it's all worth it. We're gonna have everything we want, well, everything we have, at least, right at our fingertips. So we'll make raw advanced processor. Very good. Queue this up. That'll get us set to make the crafting grid. We're also going to want to make a disk drive, which is another advanced processor. Okay. So we're going to need a destruction core and a construction core, right? I feel like we need some kind of glass. What is it that we're trying to make here? Oh yeah, the grid. The grid. Okay, yeah, so just 3 glass. That's easily done. Missing anything? No, we're not. Okay, we take the grid and the crafting table and advanced processor, we get a crafting grid. So very nice. This will allow us to see anything that's in the refined storage system, and we have integrated with JI. We can, and with crafting tweaks and everything else, so it's going to be very nice. But first, we're going to need to make a disk drive. What are we missing here? Another machine frame. Okay, here we are. Quartz enriched iron. Lots and lots of it. Where'd the disk drive go? I can always see the disk manipulate. There it is. Okay. This, surprise, we'll be putting discs in. And I think this is a fine spot for it. So the simplest disk we can make is 1K storage disk. So let's look at that first. We're going to need a 1K storage part. So just a little glass, redstone, and quartz enriched iron. And we put this right together. And then, okay, yeah, we're going to need some more quartz enriched iron. I better go out and check on the iron farm. Here we go. Our first disk. And we're going to throw this in here. Now we're going to have 1K worth of storage. And we can put things in here. And it'll take up some of the storage. We got 205 items in there. We can hold 800 more. It's not very much. But we can do better with a 4K storage. And each one is just a straight upgrade. It's a really easy. Oh, we need one more thing, don't we? We need the 4K storage part, which is just okay. We'll need more basic processors. Easy. There we go. Make the disk up. Now we got a lot of room. Room for 5,000 items in there. So I'm going to start emptying out these chests. Okay, we got all kinds of things in here. But what I want is access to all of that. I don't want to take all of that out of the drawers. So what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves not an import bus. I think it's called an external storage. Yeah, okay. So we'll need some cable. That's easy. We'll need more cable than that. We'll need an improved processor. Let's get a gold. And we're gonna need another destruction core and another construction core. So let's get that stuff. All right, that's everything. Let's get some cable. We're gonna need more of this. I hope that's enough. We just used basically all of our iron there. So the way this thing works, we want to have it so that the big plate is facing into the drawer controller here. We're going to set it a priority of 10 and dig our way over to the controller. I mean, it doesn't have to be the controller. We could just as easily, because we can connect to any part of this, we could just as easily connect to the crafting grid, and it's just as well because our controller spot is taken. All connected up. Just going to cover this. And oh, we're not quite all connected up. That's okay. We'll be all connected up in just a second here. Now, from our grid, we've got access to everything that's in that drawer system. So that'll help us save on disks, and it'll help us save on programming crafting recipes for things like nuggets and blocks that we'll need all the time. And with a priority of 10, once we have our machines hooked up to the system, their outputs, like say it outputs an iron ingot, because this has a higher priority than this does, the iron ingot will go in here. And since the drawers are locked, even if we use everything, there'll always be a space for it. So that's how that's going to work. Next thing we want is a pattern grid, and that's another grid. It's an advanced processor. And one of these patterns, we'll have to make a little bit more of the quartz enriched iron. And I had a processor cooking up over here. Throw that in. There we go. Pattern grid will allow us to create recipes, both for crafting and for processing. and to automate all of that. Now, what I wanted to see, okay, it's using 16 FE a tick, and we're getting 80, so we're still in good shape. The first thing that we're gonna make a pattern of is a pattern. And we're gonna need some more quartz enriched iron. We should probably make a recipe for that too, huh? All right. Oh, no, we're trying to make another pattern, that's right. So what you do is you just stick things in here, and then whatever recipe is in here, we're gonna turn off exact so that it can use any kind of glass. Now we've got a pattern that will make a pattern if we had a crafter. So we're gonna make a crafter. We've got different tiers. I hope. Where's our iron crafter? Oh no. Okay. There we go. Much better. We're gonna start out with the basic version though. Okay, that's a couple advanced processors, another destruction, another construction. Now, these are all parts we've seen before, the machine casing on different little cores. We're gonna throw that down. And can I move that around with the crescent hammer? No. So we're gonna want to make the wrench from refined storage. There it is. Oh, okay. We don't actually have to have it pointed in any particular direction, but there will be, when we do processing, we will have to have it pointed in a particular direction. So we're gonna make it the direction that I like. Now in here, for instance, we could put in our pattern to make a pattern. And we could come over to any grid. Okay, quartz enriched iron. Let's make a recipe for quartz enriched iron. All right? See it in there. Now, to make the pattern, it's gonna have to make quartz enriched iron. It's gonna do all of that. It can do multiple steps, no problem. Now the iron crafter is pretty easy to make. And it is just a straight upgrade. You just need a chest and 4 iron. And this guy has 3 rows where you can insert patterns. The gold upgrade takes a little bit more. It takes these neural processors, which are, Obsidian and Raw Advanced and Raw Improved. We will definitely get into those. But for our first few, the Iron Crafter is going to be just fine. Now, we're going to want to run some energy cable right along here. And we're going to set this to extract. And we're going to do the same with the cable. Cool. And what we're going to do, we're going to pick up, we're going to pick up our redstone furnace. We're going to move it over here. We're going to export to the bottom, import from the top, and shut everything else off. We're going to teach this thing how to make an importer. Okay, so we'll need another one of these. I might as well make the recipe, shouldn't I? And we'll need another one of these. So let's go ahead and make him. Oh, we got to teach the thing how to make processor bindings also. Okay. So it takes a little bit to get started, but once you got it all going, this makes your life quite a bit easier. Cook these up. I think that's everything. Okay, there's our importer. We're going to want it right down here. And we're going to want to run some cable. Here we are. It doesn't really matter where we run it. You have energy pipes to deal with. Very cool. Oh, that's not quite what we want. I don't see any reason why we couldn't hook up to the disk drive here. So, if we were to, I hope, put some cobblestone in here, what we will see, I hope, is the stone count here in, yep, cool. And if we were to take the stone, hey, and put some in one of these drawers, it would go into the drawer instead. Let's patch up the floor. So let's say we take a crafter and we get it so that it's pointing at the redstone furnace on the side that we have it set to accept items. And let's take a little bit of cable. And we'll run it down right to there. Now you see the lights are on. Now let's say we wanted to teach this thing to smelt these for us. So you see how this is a processing recipe now, right? I'm going to go ahead and create it. Throw that up there. And now, if we wanted to make a basic processor, it will craft us the raw and then smelt it for us. And you see it's going. The importer is going to send it right into the system. So you can see why we want this. Alright, now we got a pulverizer hooked up the same way. And what I want to teach this thing how to do is to make glass. So sand to glass, right? Sure. But we could also do gravel to sand. Now, we don't necessarily want the flint in there. How do I? Okay, shift click. Yeah, there we go. We can make gravel from cobblestone if I can find it. I already skipped past it. Yeah, there it is. There we go. And we'll knock this out. We'll knock all that out. Now we get cobblestone. So we'll put glass up here. And now we will have on-demand glass. We can do the same thing with the induction smelter recipes. We can do stuff with all the thermal machines and many more. So what I want to start teaching this thing how to do is how to upgrade our thermal machines. We're going to start with integral components. That will take Invar, so we're going to make another crafter. I'm going to make another iron crow. Okay, we're running out of iron. That's the way it goes. Oh, and here's some good news. We finally got capturing. It's only capturing one, but I'll bet we can do better than that. Okay, we got capturing two. which is better than capturing 0 by a long road. Now, the thing with those iron crafters is they take up a lot of juice. We ran out of power over here entirely. So we're going to want to upgrade our magmatic dynamo even more. We're gonna want, oh boy, that's gonna be a lot, isn't it? Okay, I threw the combustion generator over here for the time being. Hopefully, throw all those in there. And are we still increasing? Yeah, okay, so this can handle this. Very good. Okay, I totally forgot what I was doing here. We're gonna do something with the induction smelter? Alright, I forget what I was doing. So, what we're actually gonna do is now that we've got capturing, we want to upgrade our jetpack to the next tier. That's gonna be another redstone flux cell. So I'm gonna go deal with some rubber. So what we're gonna need here is a good amount of invar. So we're gonna wanna program that in. Perfect. And we're gonna want a bunch of bronze. So same deal here. There we go. Pop them over here. And let's go back to the jetpack. So, the hardened thrusters. Well, we should definitely have a recipe for coils, right? We're going to use that in almost everything. And recipes for the compression dynamos. Hope those patterns are done. There we go. Very good. We'll need a recipe for the gear. Alright, let's see if we're missing anything to make the compression dynamos. Nope. And just to make our lives simple, we'll make one for the thruster. I can't spell thruster. But everything should be able to cook right along. Let's see if this does anything weird. Okay. This can be a little funny if it's trying to make like something that takes 3 items and something that takes 2 items at the same time. You gotta watch out for that. Might have everything. Here we go. Now this one holds significantly more juice. So we're gonna want to upgrade this thing. And we're gonna teach this thing how to make some integral components. It's gonna learn it all that. We're gonna learn it with gold gear. Here we go. One hardened integral component. Coming right up. And that's pretty cool. But I would like to go up to the next tier. Throw these in here. There's reinforced integral components. Now, we will have to teach the machine. Oh, that's not quite the recipe we want. Not quite, not quite. There we go. Now you go right over those, right over the recipes, just like you just saw me do it. Also gonna need signalum. That's not bad, but we want it I want it over here. There we go. Let's make up some signalum now. We'll need 8. And it'll just put everything in there for us. We're gonna need to, whoop, that is the wrong GUI. They all look the same. It's kind of an issue for people with memory problems like me. So now we should be able to just craft the reinforced version of the integral components, but that's not all we want. There's a different kind of upgrade for thermal. It's these first 3 that we're interested in. I think the high flux RF coil is cool, but I think what we're really gonna go for is an expanded. That'll quadruple the energy transfer and energy storage. And we must still be crafting something. Oh, we're still crafting signalum, huh? Taking its time. Well, we can demonstrate this. Put it right in the augment slot. Now we've gone from 500,000 to 4 million, or 2 million. So that's, not quite enough to charge the jetpack. We're gonna make a different kind for our power cell over there. We're gonna make it stabilized, which will vastly increase the amount of flux. I'll increase it by 6 times. So now this thing will hold 6 million, and it will export double what it was exporting before. So this will start filling up much more quickly. Might have the integral components. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, I'm torn. I might just put these in here. So now you can see we have 18 million storage. We can transfer 6,000. Let's see if we can just straight up make another set of integral components without this getting confused over here. Okay, so it knows to use the gold dust. That's cool. So having this, the check mark for exact off is what allows this to do that. So keep that in mind. Okay, what we're actually going to do is switch this out so that this is producing now 120 RF a tick. We'll put the integral components in here. This will now hold 4 million. It's filling up quickly. And we'll just throw our jetpack in here, give it a decent charge, and then we're going to head back to the end and finish off that end city. Okay, we got ourselves one. Pretty cool. That's a pretty good haul. You get anything that's not down here? Yeah, okay, so 30 shulker shells. All kinds of random stuff. We got one of these extra dimensional eyes, which we can use to teleport mobs around, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's gonna about do it for this time, folks. We got an awful lot done. We got the beginnings of auto crafting and auto processing system set up, so I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.